Speaker will be Dr. Alfonsia Maclin.
Let me get the water now. Water ran.
Good evening, class.
Good evening.
At the outset, we would like to, in the name of Yahweh our Father, offer divine intercession that it might and that it will be the divine Holy Spirit of Yahweh through Yahshua that will address you this evening.
All right.
We feel deeply honored to be asked to come and to speak to you this evening. When the dean said Sunday, when will you come and speak to us? I felt like I wanted to tear up at that particular time. Because that is not a continuous gesture that someone would offer.
That's right.
To a person of my particular reputation. However, we feel the vibrations in the room that you today are in a state of readiness to receive what Yahweh will deliver to you this evening. We have no bones to pick with you. We have no quarrels. We have no controversies.
All right.
So therefore, the Spirit should flow freely this evening to you, and hopefully all of us will leave here this evening saying, it would have been good for us to have been here.
All right.
I think it was on the last time that I was here, we wanted to discuss with you the power of transmutation. This is a lecture that the founder gave quite a few years ago. And one night when I was sitting in a class in L.A., they called on me by surprise. And of course, calling on me by surprise, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. And when I hit the floor, I started giving a brief history of the founder. And when it was designated for me to go into something, it came up and it fell off of my tongue. The power of transmutation. We want to define those terms for those of you who are not familiar with it. The word power just simply means having the ability to perform. The word transmutation just simply means change. That's very simple.
Go ahead.
The ability to bring about or to undergo a change. Now, it was read in your scripture lesson. We would like for you to go back to that. St. John, the first chapter. And touch just on a few verses, and then hopefully we'll be jetting down the runway and getting permission from the control tower to take off and to get into flight. St. John, the first chapter, first verse.
In the beginning was the Word.
In the beginning was the Word.
All right.
Read.
And the Word was with Yahweh.
The Word was with Yahweh. That means that he was back here, immersed in the bosom of the Father prior to taking on a shape and form.
All right.
Read.
And the Word was Yahweh.
And this Word was, or is, Yahweh. Read.
The same was in the beginning with Yahweh.
This same Word. This is perpetual motion. This is creative power. This is the archetype or the original pattern of the universe.
All right.
In shape and in form.
That's right.
Read.
All things were made by
Now
Him.
all things was made by this creative power that came forth from the Father. Read.
And without Him was not anything made that was made.
Now that means that everything in the universe, except the devil, was made by him.
No.
Everything was made by Yahweh. And that means that everything has its stamp seal of approval on it. Read.
All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made. In Him was life.
Now in this form, or in this created spirit, was life. Read.
And the life was the light of men.
Now the life was the light of men. That means that the word life and light is synonymous.
Go ahead.
They mean the same thing.
That's right.
Read.
And the light shineth in darkness.
Now the light shineth in darkness. That means that it's in everybody. Read.
And the darkness comprehended it
Now
not.
that means that this spirit is in everything and in everybody in the universe. The line of demarcation between some people and the other, some people understand, some people don't. Some people are aware of it, some people are not.
That's right.
All right? That's the only thing that keeps us from being one with is the veil of the flesh. And we're not talking about skin. We're not talking about the epidermis.
That's right.
We're talking about the carnal mind.
Yes, right.
Read.
There was a man sent from Yahweh whose name was John.
All right.
The same came for a witness to bear witness of the light.
Now this John came to bear witness of that light. Hopefully we will be able to take the flesh off of him
Yes.
and to show you who he is.
Right.
Read.
That all men through him might believe.
All men through John might believe. Read.
He was not that light,
Mm-hmm.
but was sent to bear witness of that light.
All right.
That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world.
Now that means that this light, which is the only light that there is, the Holy Spirit, this is the light that lightens every man
Right. That's right.
that cometh into the world. That proves and vindicates that everybody in the world has the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
That's right.
No ifs, ands, and buts about it, no agreeing with personalities. We talk about facts.
That's right. Right.
All right? But we are saying that the line of demarcation is some people are aware, some people are not.
Correct.
Nevertheless, he's there.
Yes.
All right, read.
He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him
Now,
not.
he was in the world. This one here was in the world. You see?
Go ahead. That's right.
And the world was made by him. And the world knew him not. That's the mystery.
Right.
You see?
That's right.
For great or without controversy
All right.
or without argumentation, great is the mystery of holiness.
All right.
For Yahweh, he took on death, shape, and form and was made manifest in the flesh.
That's right.
He was seen of angels.
Go ahead.
He was preached unto the Gentiles, believed on in the world, justified in the Spirit,
Right.
and received back up in the glory. This is your trip right here.
That's right.
Coming down and going up, and Jacob saw that vision
That's right.
That's right.
of angels ascending and descending on the ladder. And if we know anything about our anatomical structure, we will find that our vertebral column here is made up like rungs on a ladder.
Go
And
ahead.
you have neural impulses traveling up and down the spine right now while you now sit.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
That's just like angels ascending and descending on the ladder. And actually, really, it's angels traveling throughout eternity.
That's right.
Read.
Very good. Very good.
He came into his own,
Came unto his own.
and his own received him not.
Read.
But as many as received him,
Now, as many as received him, many as received the truth.
Go ahead.
What did he do to them?
to them gave he
To
power
them gave he power. To do what?
to become the sons of
To
Elohim.
become the sons of Elohim, or the sons of Yahweh.
Right.
When we use, in this lecture here this evening, so that there will be no misunderstanding, when I say Yahweh, Elohim, or Yahshua, anytime that I say any one of those terms, I'm talking about the fullness of the supernal nature in bodily form.
All right.
I will not be guilty of separating the unity of the Spirit. Because when you do that, you have an explosion. And when you have an explosion, you have casualties.
Definitely.
And when you have casualties, you have death. And to be carnally minded is death, and to be spiritually minded is life.
That's right.
That's right.
Now, what we want to talk about, as stated before, we want to talk about the power of transmutation.
Go ahead, Don.
1 Philippians 3 and 10.
Walk on.
In traveling throughout the country, I asked you one time when I was here before that I needed your prayers, and and I'm talking about true prayers. I'm talking about intercession.
Yes, sir.
I know my time ain't up already. We hope that was a mistake. We still taxing.
That's right.
We asked for divine intercession and encouragement and strength from you, and we felt your vibrations while we were on the road.
All right.
Traveling from Florida to New Orleans to Chicago, Washington, D.C., Memphis, Tennessee, traveling around sharing with the brethren what Yahweh has revealed. No bone of contention with nobody, but preaching the gospel as it is. There's a couple of ways you can present the gospel, and you can present it offensively or defensively. And we're talking about it in this way. You know, when you have the Rams and Denver, somebody playing out there together, they're either on offense or defense.
That's right.
They either got the ball running with it,
Right.
or they're trying to tackle somebody to keep them from making a touchdown.
Right.
So a lot of times we enter into contentions and strokes. You follow what I'm saying? And you got a bloody battle. But then there are times that there's really no contest.
That's right.
And you got a broken field run or maybe a 100-yard touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's what we want to do this evening. Without opposition, without debate, without controversy.
You got it.
Great is the mystery of holiness. For Yahweh was, and that's the power of transmutation.
Right.
This Yahweh, who was in pure spirit state, had the ability or the power to transfigure, to transform into a shape and form. You see? No diminution of power.
Right.
That's right.
You see? Illustrating to Moses in the form of an intangible tabernacle, completely embellished with angelic figures, and thereafter transmuting or transforming into all phases of the physical creation. Now everybody and everything bears that image.
That's right.
There is nothing in the world that is not made by him. Now the power that we see, now remember, psychologically and spiritual, the application of the teaching, as many as received him,
Go ahead.
to them gave he power to become the sons of Yahweh.
That's right.
That's right.
So if Yahweh created the universe, he created angels, then you too possess the power
That's right.
of creation.
That's right.
Right.
You have creative abilities, and there are things that you are speaking into existence
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
as of this day. We want to become conscientiously aware of that. Those are the things that have been presented unto you. I am here merely to confirm the things that you have been taught. Philippians 3:10.
That I may know him.
Then back up just a couple of verses.
All right. All right, I tried 7.
Well, try one. Let's get on down into it.
Okay. Finally, my brother,
Finally, my brother, look like we started in the middle anyway, but read on.
rejoice in Yahweh.
Rejoice in Yahweh.
To write the same things to you,
Uh-huh.
to me indeed is not grievous.
Uh-huh.
But for you it is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Beware of dogs.
Now, beware of dogs. That's the same thing as wolves. Parabolic expression means those that would pervert the gospel.
Go
Read.
ahead.
Beware of evil workers.
Beware of evil workers. Read.
Beware of the concision.
Uh-huh.
For we are the circumcision,
Uh-huh.
which worship Yahweh in the Spirit,
Mhm.
and rejoice in Yahshua the Messiah, and have no confidence in the flesh.
Uh-huh.
So I might also have confidence in the flesh,
Mhm.
if any other man thinketh that he hath, whereof he might trust in the flesh, I more.
Mm-hmm.
Circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel.
Now, this
Come
man,
on,
what
son.
this man here is talking about is that if you want to even boast about your credentials,
Yes.
Right.
Check this.
we're going to give you some of our credentials.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to have confidence in the flesh, you want to boast in that, I was circumcised the 8th day.
Go ahead.
Read.
Of the stock of Israel.
Of the stock of Israel.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Yeah.
Tribe of Benjamin.
And
All right.
Hebrew of the Hebrews.
Hebrew of the Hebrews. Read.
As touching the law, a Pharisee.
Touching the law of Pharisee. The boy's got some bad credentials. Read.
Concerning zeal,
Concerning zeal.
persecuting the assembly.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless.
Now, concerning zeal, persecuting the assembly. In other words, in his zeal, he did that.
Coming clean.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But now as touching the law, blameless.
Teach.
In other words, nobody could go back there and find anything that was wrong with it. All right, read.
But what things were gained to me,
Mhm.
those I counted lost for the Messiah.
All
Now
right.
he dumped all of
All
it.
right.
Now that's the power of change.
Yes.
That's all right.
Yes.
Paul says, now look, let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Let us lay aside. That's power. Every weight
Go ahead.
that would so easily beset us.
Go ahead.
Looking ever unto Yahshua, who is the author and the finish of our faith. Ain't that right?
That's right.
I believe that's what the brother spoke in the intersection.
Go ahead.
Lay aside every weight.
That's right.
You know, sometimes in customs and traditions, we like to carry things that we have against folks.
Come on.
Around with. That's easy to do that. You see, you carry the load. But you see, it's power to be able to lay it down. And when we're talking about real power, we're talking about in this sense, no man taketh my life.
That's right.
That's right.
All right.
And nobody can take it away from me.
That's right.
That's right.
But I lay it down. That's power.
Go ahead.
And if I lay it
All
down,
right.
I'm able to pick it up again. Ain't that right? All right, read.
Yea, doubtless.
Mhm.
And I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahshua the Messiah.
All of that carnal knowledge that he had,
Yes.
all of the carnal knowledge that he picked up at the feet of Gamaliel,
Yes.
all of the zeal that he had, he counted it loss. In other words, he took all of it to the dump.
Go
The
ahead.
reason why he wrote in 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter and the 17th verse, where he says, if any man be in the Messiah, he is a new creature.
Right.
That's right.
Old things are passed away. But all things become new. Old things are passed away. And behold, all things become new. Now that's what's really happening to us daily.
That's right.
And we want to get into some of these things. And what we want to do is this. You know, they got a great big band that plays often in this area, the Count Basie Band.
Yes.
And when the Count Basie Band, or Marty Page and his band, or any of the Buddy Rich and his big band, whenever they play, they have charts.
Go ahead.
You follow? So when the conductor raises the baton to hit, you follow, they read.
Go ahead.
They playing the charts. They playing everything. That's right. The fly speck, the dents, and the jots and the tills and everything. That's what I'm talking about. They reading everything on the paper.
That's right.
All of the jots and all of the tittles. And there's nothing like the soothing of a great big band when you can hear all of the parts orchestrated together.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? They're all working as a unit. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's what we want to do in reading the lecture tonight. We want to read the chart. Write the vision and make it plain up on tables. Ain't that
Go
right?
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, now read.
Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahshua Messiah, my Savior, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win the Messiah.
All right. Read.
And be found in him, not having mind over righteousness.
Now listen, to be found in him.
All right.
It's in him that we move, we live, and we have our being.
That's right.
We want to be found in him, not our sufficiency is not of ourselves.
No, it's not.
But it is of Yahshua the Messiah. All right, read.
Which is of the law,
Uh-huh.
but that which is through the faith of Messiah.
Uh-huh.
Let me read it again, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
And be found in him, not having mine own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Messiah, the righteousness which is of Yahweh by faith.
Read.
That I may know him and the power of his resurrection.
Now that I may know him,
Right.
that I might become intimate with him
Yes.
in the power of his resurrection. You understand? Now then, in the Messiah, the Word made flesh coming in to fulfill the law and the prophets, his job was to show that he had power over him that had power over death. That is the adversary.
Go ahead.
He was to put to death death.
That's right.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You see? So that angels, powers, and authorities would be subject
Right.
unto him.
Yes.
Now Paul is saying here that I might know him in the power of his resurrection. This same writer says, now how be it that the resurrection is spoken among you, and there be no resurrection?
I heard that.
And if Yahshua be not raised, there's no resurrection, then your preaching is vain, and you're yet in your sin.
That's right.
In other words, if this resurrected power is not being manifest
That's right.
in your everyday activities and your everyday excursions, then your preaching is vain, and you're yet in your sin. In other words, the teaching must become an integral part of you. You must become the personification of that you talk about.
That's right.
Ain't that right?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
In
right.
other words, the Word must be made flesh
Right.
and dwell among us
That's right.
so that you can behold
All right.
His familiar too.
That's right.
Ain't that right?
Go ahead, Doc.
See that right?
Yes.
So now we're talking about knowing him in the power of his resurrection. Now Yahweh has the power to undergo a change.
That's right.
We're talking about the power of transmutation.
Yes.
First chapter of Genesis.
Okay.
Genesis 1:1.
In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens.
Now
and
in the
earth.
beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Read.
And the earth was without form.
Now he created the heavens and the earth was void and without form. Now the reason why it had to appear in that state, in that condition, because he is the archetype or the original pattern of the universe.
That's right.
He is without shape. He is without form in the beginning. So the creation that he's creating
Right.
must take on his similitude,
Go ahead.
all in his shapelessness.
Right.
Now that's the same thing as you being generated into existence by gray and white matter.
Yes.
That is to say, the seminal fluids of your mother and father. When Yah and Weh comes together,
Go ahead.
I'm talking about male and female comes together,
Yes, sir.
you have spontaneous combustion, or you have spontaneous creativity. Isn't that right?
Go ahead.
In other words, everything that you are to be is manifested in that conglomerate, or in that shapeless and formless, what they call spermatogenetic fluid.
Go ahead.
Isn't that right? So in your beginning, you was without any particular shape and form. In the beginning here, he is without shape and form, apparently.
Right. Right.
And the reason why I say apparently because he's always with shape and form.
Yes.
There's really nothing chaotic about him. Ain't that right?
That's right.
He's always in order.
That's right.
But that's for the sake of crucifixual expression.
See,
Do you understand what I'm talking about? So we can understand how he's coming down. So in the beginning, now this is him showing forth his power of transmutation or power of change.
all right.
From the abstract state to the intermediate state to the concrete state. In the beginning, Yahweh Elohim created the heavens and the earth. The earth was void and without form. And here we see cosmogony. We're talking about spirit taking on cosmographical structure
Go ahead.
of the universe.
That's right.
We see angels coming through the veil, forming material atoms.
Come on.
And that there's an amalgamation and a conglomeration of atomic structure here, forming the material universe. And this is what Moses is talking about in the Genesis. And here you can see that Moses is a mortal man, but he goes up into the mount, and it's Yahweh's power to strip away his camouflage and show him the reality of how he created
Go
the
ahead.
heavens and the earth.
All right.
Yes.
Now, if he showed it to Moses in the vision, being able to strip away his carnality, do you understand?
Yeah.
Then we ought to be able to understand it.
Yes.
We ought to be able to understand it.
Go ahead.
Line upon line,
That's
precept
right.
upon precept. Isn't that right?
Right.
Read on.
And darkness was upon the face of the deep.
Darkness was upon the face of the deep. Here we're seeing, here on the first veil, the carboniferous face of the deep. Yahweh showing his deep and secret hiding chamber.
Go ahead.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Dividing, you see? But now, here, read it.
And the Spirit of Yahweh moved upon the face of the water.
Now, and the Spirit of Yahweh moved on the face of the water. Read.
And Elohim said, let there be light, and there was
Now,
light.
that's the power of change.
Right.
To be able to manifest in darkness and to be able to speak a will, and darkness is dissipated.
Go ahead.
Isn't that right?
Yes.
So then we can understand in simplicity that if he obliterated darkness just by mere stating it, let there be light, and there was light, then darkness, you understand, can be consummated in our consciousness by the spoken word.
Go ahead.
With Yahweh speaking through the body, you understand, that can wipe away your carnality.
That's right.
Isn't that right? Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh. How can you hear without preaching? How can he preach?
Right.
Except he be sent. Isn't that right? We're talking about the power of transmutation or the power of change. Now here we have the angelic transgression. And on the 40 plate chart, it is plate number 14.
That's right.
And then you have the Adamic transgression, which is plate number 15. And the founder said the reason why he put it there, he wanted the people to understand the similarity of the angelic transgression with the Adamic transgression.
All right. Go ahead.
But really it belonged on the other side of the chart.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So we see here in Yahweh coming through and forming the departmental dividing veil in the angelic transgression. Here we have the first veil up here. We have spirit law up here in the most holy place. Then we have the second veil, which we call the second veil is angelic visibility. Then, of course, if this is angelic visibility, that in here you have angelic visibility. Then you have a division between visibility and invisibility. Then you have immersed in ethereal darkness. In other words, this is the darkness that surrounds the earth. We're talking about thick black darkness in the form of divine apostasy. We're talking about unrighteousness.
Go ahead.
You see, we had it in two forms. In other words, we got it in righteousness is deep, secret chambers. Then we got it down here surrounding the earth in ethereal darkness with the satanic angels surrounding the earth. We understand that to be satanic spirits incarnated in physical bodies. You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Now, we can understand this. We're talking about the power of change as to how he's coming down. And if he's revealing these mysteries unto us, you see what I'm saying? Then he's opening unto us division.
Yes.
We're looking right at it.
Yes.
You see?
That's right.
Now, nobody knows anything about the purpose of Yahweh but Yahweh himself. Listen, anybody with any sense don't get up on this floor to try to outdo anybody.
That's right.
That's not the purpose. Hell, you can go to the Toastmasters Club and do that.
That's right.
They're all dressed up in what you would call oration. And win an oratorical contest. But we're here to express however Yahweh has given it, to open up your understanding, so that we all can become one with Yahweh. Ain't that right?
That's right.
We're here to verify and to confirm one another. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our Elohim is Yahweh unity. That's right. Now Yahweh has made this very simplistic. I'm talking about the angelic, how it comes on down into the earth plane. You see? Now then you have, I believe, the first day the light is divided from the darkness, right?
Go ahead.
Now, mind you, he's stepping from one state to another, fading into materialization, then back into incorporeal ability, then back into creation. Okay, that's the power of change.
Yes, sir.
See, he's changing from one state to the other. Now, on the first day, he's light and darkness. We just got through listening at a tape. Some of you probably remember it. Dr. Glenn Kinley was in a so-called debate with the Church of Christ. And he was explaining the simplicity of Ayah after Ayah. And he was stating that I'm an uncle.
Go ahead.
I'm a brother. I'm a father. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, if you can be all of those things in walking around in the physical body and still be a unit, then Yahweh can do that.
Right.
In other words, I will be what I will to be. I will to be the light and the dark. First, I will to be the angel.
Go ahead.
You see, then I will to be the material creation.
Right.
And I'm stepping from light and darkness, and fulfilling that day and stepping into the waters above and the waters beneath. In other words, Yahweh is the divine chemist. He knows how to put the elements together.
Yes.
I'm talking about hydrogen and oxygen to form a drop of water. Isn't that right?
That's
Now,
right.
that's change, ain't it?
That's right.
You
Go
see?
ahead.
In other words, I got some gas here in this cup
That's right.
in the form of hydrogen and oxygen.
Yes.
And to show you that I'm baptizing you, I got to refill my body, you understand? So my throat won't get too dry. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you is that there's vapor
Go ahead.
even going out from a natural standpoint. Do you understand? To show forth that you are being immersed in the Spirit. See that now?
Yeah.
All right. Now here on the third day of creation, a moving, changing. See, into the third day, now it's the seed of vegetation. And here you see that actually this is the configuration of the wombs and the bowels of a woman.
Go ahead.
And how she is opening up her secrets and bringing forth the seed of vegetation. Changing from seed to bud, to blossom, on into fruition,
That's right.
which is resurrection.
Gotta do it.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
And up here on the second veil, he has, you understand, it is a mystery concealed and at the same time revealed. Isn't that right?
Yes.
So in the old covenant, we have Yahweh concealed.
Come on.
And in the new covenant, we have Yahweh revealed.
That's right.
We have Yahweh in the Old Covenant contained, and in the New Covenant we have Him explained.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? In other words, it's one drawn right out of the other.
That's right.
See, and this is Yahweh's power of change. You see? Now, the founder said at one time, and also has in the book, that the flowers and the seed of vegetation is likened unto the angelic creation.
Yes.
Well, what else could they be
That's right.
but angels?
Go ahead.
Do you understand? They are without spot or without blemish. They have harmed no man. They have committed no sin.
That's right.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Awesome.
And they're up here in perfection, and they are likened unto the angels that lost not their first estate.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes.
You see? Now we're talking about writing the vision and making it plain. Now you see, people just don't understand the depth of what we have in this teaching. You understand what I'm talking about? And I would have you to know, listen, when you can talk, when you can go around the country, and you can stand before kings and queens, and you have no doubts and apprehensions about what you're talking about.
That's right.
That's power, man.
That's right.
That's power.
Yes, it is.
And that's where I was trained.
Go ahead.
And that's where I was taught.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? And we're seeing here that we have a succession of events of Yahweh showing His power to change from one manifestation to another. Somebody said, well, I thought Malachi said that I am Yahweh and I change nothing. That's right.
That's
You
right.
understand? Manifestations do change,
Right.
but principles remain the same.
That's
In
right.
other words, He's going through changes, but He's still Yahweh. Ain't that right?
That's right.
I ought to close the game and say his mouth, all day. Isn't that right? All right. Now here we have the fourth day. We have the greater light from the lesser light. In other words, we got the sun and the moon. The lesser light and the greater light. This is controlling. Are you listening?
Yes.
The seasons of the year. The heavens up there bring about seasonal change. And it controls the climatic conditions of the earth.
Yes.
Ain't that right?
Right.
If you switch it on back into the spirit, you understand? You have the greater light and the lesser light. I'm talking about Lucifer and Michael. That brings about the climatic control that's in your consciousness. In other words, you're either reigned over by the lesser light or the greater light.
Come on.
Prior to coming in this class, you was controlled by the moon. I'm talking about the law contained in ordinances. That's the lesser light.
Come on.
But now when you come in here and the gospel is preached unto you and Yahshua, Yahweh takes on shape and form in you, then you are controlled by the greater light. Do you follow?
Yes.
And Paul is saying it like this. Are you listening?
Yes.
Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly or correctly dividing the word of truth.
That's right.
Do you understand? So we have a distinction here, and Yahweh created all of it, the sun and the moon. And it brings about the seasons of the year, fall, winter, summer, and spring.
All right.
Then we move into the fifth day of creation, where we have birds in the firmament. We have the ornithological and the biological king. Ornithological is a great big word meaning bird. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You see? But now he's showing forth the divisions here. We got them in the heavens, we got them in the waters, and we got them on earth.
That's right.
And we have, even down here, the insects.
Yes.
You see? And we have the butterfly. You see, which is in the insect kingdom. You see? And how he crawls around on the ground
Teach.
with a ugly looking creature. You understand what I'm talking about? A worm.
Yeah.
And Yeshua the Messiah said that he was a worm. You understand?
Go ahead.
Caterpillar. Isn't that right?
Go ahead.
Crawling around on the ground. But all of a sudden, Spirit Lord
in his hard mind, takes on shape and form.
It does.
I will to be a butterfly. Ain't that right?
Go ahead.
But in order to be a butterfly, he's got to go through the change.
That's
Ain't that
right.
right? He's got to go from this state into this state. And in secret, you understand, he spins a new body. Do you follow what I'm talking about? And when he's ready to come out, he sprouts wings. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Same little old creature that you saw crawling around on the ground. Now he's airborne.
That's
You
right.
understand what I'm talking about? That's the power of change, man.
Yes. Go
You
ahead.
understand? And when those people go up in space, when they go up in space, you understand, they have what they call simulations. Isn't that right?
Go ahead.
In
Yes.
other words, they have practice, they
Yeah.
have training as to where they're going up into a state of weightlessness.
Yes.
You understand? You could rip your body to shreds if you're not prepared.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
Go
In
ahead.
other words, your gravity is holding you down to the ground. But now you're going up into an atmosphere of weightlessness.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be a preparation.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
That's good.
And I want you to know that you are being prepared. Take advantage of it.
Yes.
Because the tree of life is on either side of the river.
That's right.
Ain't that right?
That's
In
right.
other words, there will come a time that it will come to pass that we all shall be changed.
That's right.
In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye.
That's right.
And it's sound of the last trump.
Go ahead.
Isn't that right? And this mortal must put on immortality.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
Sown in weakness, raised in power.
Yes.
Sown a natural body, raised a spiritual body. I'm talking about the power of change, man.
Yes.
I'm talking about the thing that is taking place up here. As we go through these manifestations and types and shadows,
Mm-hmm.
right along with the types and shadows, from one to the other, the reality
That's right.
is drawn out.
That's right.
Isn't that right? You understand? They've been changing all the time. Messiah said, listen, ain't nobody going up into heaven, save he to come down from heaven,
That's right.
who is in heaven.
That's right.
Ain't that right? In other words, he never left. Do you follow? But he's ascending and descending in the power of change by our understanding. Isn't that right?
That's all right.
No man taking my life except I lay it down. If I lay it down, I'm able to pick it up.
That's right.
Do you follow? And listen, I want you to know that he provoked the scribes and the Pharisees
That's
into
right.
crucifying him.
That's right.
We always want to try to run away from crucifixion. He ran boldly up into him. Say, destroy this temple. He's ordering them, really.
Right, you raising them.
Destroy this temple in 3 days, I'll raise it up.
That's right.
That's defiance. Ain't that right? You
Go
can
ahead.
see how they got pricked in their heart.
That's right.
Call them you serpents and you generation of vipers. Call them snakes, ain't that right? Because he knew they had that nature in them.
Yeah.
Say you whitewashed sepulchres, you understand? In other words, you appear beautifully outward, but inwardly you're full of dead men's bones.
That's right.
He knew them, you understand?
Yes, he
And they
did.
looked for a chance to crucify him.
That's right.
But he didn't go up on the tree until it was time.
That's right.
They tried to push him off a cliff one time, and he demonstrated the power of transmutation, and the writer didn't know what to write. He just wrote just as much as he could understand. He
What did
said
he say,
he
Doc?
passed through the midst of them and so passed by. Ain't that right? Do you follow what I'm saying? Otherwise, he just disappeared.
That's right.
Took it all.
Something else.
Isn't that right?
First
We're talking about the power of transmutation. It's all in the scripture.
Yes.
You see? It says Enoch, you understand, walked with Elohim, and he was not.
That's right.
So Elohim took him.
That's
In
right.
other words, he was translated.
That's
And
right.
even when Moses was taken up into the mountain.
All right.
Do you understand? He said, look, you can't go over because you provoked me at the waters. I told you to speak to the rock and you smote it.
Go ahead.
You follow? And Elohim took him up into the mountain. Said, you look on over into Canaan's land. You
Yes.
follow? And it says that Yahweh Elohim buried Moses. And he read nowhere where he had no pick and shovel.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
In other words, what I'm trying to tell you is Moses was translated.
That's right. Walk right out there.
You understand? Power of
Go
change.
ahead.
Power to be able to take on the flesh and take it off. If we're talking about here, he's taking on the flesh. There's no big thing he could take it off.
That's right.
That's right.
Ain't that right? Oh, Elijah out on Mount Carmel, you understand, warring with 450 prophets. Isn't that right?
Tell it, John.
And he sat down from morning to evening and marked her.
That's right.
Said, perhaps your God is on a vacation. Or perhaps peradventure he's asleep. Call on him, you understand? He's up there just cooling out, ain't that right?
That's right.
And when they got through cutting themselves with bricks and stones and everything, he said, well, I guess these fools are clown enough. I guess I might as well go ahead on and call on the master. And I'm just paraphrasing that, folks. Don't go on and try to read that. Well, what I'm trying to tell you is that the man waited for the time of the evening sacrifice. That's right. He knew what time that this candlestick was supposed to be lit. See, it was snuffed out at 9 o'clock and trimmed and filled with pure beaten olive oil. And it was out until on to 12 o'clock, on around to 3 o'clock in the evening.
Go ahead.
Then at 3 o'clock in the evening, you understand, it would light up just like that burning bush lit up out there
Go ahead.
in the wilderness. Isn't that right? We talk about the power of change, and he's timing it. You see? So he had them to fill it and cover it with water.
Yes.
In other words, I want you to blow out all the doubts that you got that Yahweh is able to change. You fall and fill it up and say, dump it. Say, dump a whole lot of water on it. You understand? And then he called on Yahweh according to the purpose of Yahweh.
All right.
You see? And the fire came down and consumed the sacrifice. Ain't
Go
that
ahead,
right?
God.
In other words, he had to show enough Yahweh. In other words, he showed that he had the power of change. The power of transmutation.
Go ahead, Doc.
Do you understand what I'm
That's
talking
right.
about? Now listen. Then he transfigures into the zenith of resurrection. What we're talking about here, he created the elephant and the lion and the ox and the man.
Yes.
The eagle, the lion, the ox, and the man. Elohim. See? Then he formed the man from the dust of the ground. Yahweh formed the man. Not from the dirt,
Right.
but from the dust.
Right.
You understand? That would suggest animation.
Teach.
Isn't that right? Just like you got biological animation here. You see, or biological formation or animation. You see? Then you have animation here when it comes to the man. He formed the man from the dust of the ground, breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and he became a living soul.
All right.
Now, if he spoke all the rest of it, this is a spoken word.
Go ahead.
Isn't that right?
Yes.
If he spoke all the rest of it into existence. See? Then we read this in St. John, the 1st chapter, 14th verse. And the Word was made flesh, came down and dwelt among us.
That's right.
Isn't that right? We beheld his glory, the only begotten, full of grace and truth. That's right. This is Yahweh manifested in a physical body back here. Became a living soul, and he's king over all of the earth.
Yes, sir.
Then Yahweh put him into a deep sleep. I'm talking about the power of change. He said, no man taketh my life, except I lay it down.
Right.
And if I lay it down, I'm able to pick it up again.
That's right.
See, so he's laying his life down here, and the woman
Yes.
is formed from his womb or his rib. Then they were placed together in the Garden of Eden, representing Elohim and the assembly. Now we have a whole creation showing forth the power of change or the power of transmutation. In other words, it's line upon line, it's precept upon precept, it's here a little, and it's there a little.
Right.
And with stammering lips and another tongue will I speak to this people. In other words, the whole creation is a gigantic parable.
That's right.
Isn't that right? See, and all you have to do is understand it, but no one can understand the language but Yahweh himself.
That's right.
Isn't that right? Now we see this first man back here. You see? Here he is up here in the garden.
Right.
See? The commandment is given. The day you touch it is fruit. That day you will surely die. Isn't that right? And boy, you know what I like about this? Even if your faculties of memory fail you, all you have to do is stand up here and read it.
That's right.
That's
Ain't
right.
that right?
That's
It's
right.
right up here in front of us. You follow? Now these are the things. You follow what I'm talking about. That the Father is pleased with is that you write the vision and make it plain.
Right.
Isn't that right?
Right.
In other words, what it does is consummates our conversation. And we find out for our conversation is in heaven. From whence we look for a Savior. Isn't that right?
Go ahead.
And he that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Right.
This spake he of the Spirit. All right. Now we're talking about the commandment. In the day that you touch the tree, you will surely die. Now he says, in the day.
Teach, Doc.
Right.
In eternity.
Yes.
You will touch the tree. You will surely die. Now it's got all the scriptures up here. Isaiah 14, we won't read it. Ezekiel 28, John 8:44. You see, 2 Corinthians 11:14-15, Philippians 3:19. In other words, all the signs are here for us to read. Because of the subtlety of this man here, appearing to the woman, she partook of the tree, you see, and gave the fruit to her husband.
Yes.
He ate it, you understand, and died for his bride.
Right.
You see? Now then, he was driven on out of the garden, and the woman followed.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
Right.
Now what that did, if you see a little black ball right here,
Yes.
you follow what I'm saying? Just put that blackness all along this line.
Go ahead.
See, death reigned clean on down to the Messiah.
Right.
Death. Now to be carnally minded is death.
Yes.
And to be spiritually minded is life and peace. What we're hoping to do is change from death to life.
Yes.
Now how do you know when you pass
All right.
from death to life?
That's good, Doc.
It's when you love the brethren. Ain't that right?
That's right.
All you have to do, you want to kill somebody, you want to get back at somebody,
That's what it is.
just love them.
Right.
Teach,
Okay.
You want to burn them up, love them.
Teach, Doc.
Ain't that right?
That's right.
With hatred and resentment, all you do is just stir up the flame. Isn't that right?
That's right.
You see?
Go ahead.
See on that.
Is that 5 minutes? Okay. All right.
You can do it.
Now, what this means that this is going to have to be really accelerated.
Work or work.
Now, what I want to show is that now death is reigning
Uh-huh.
from Adam to Moses. Even over them that had not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression. Now what we're talking about is this. Down to Moses, there is a state of death. Joshua came in to put an end to that.
Right.
He came in to fulfill the law and the prophets. Now we're taught that a carnal mind and carnal ordinances go together.
Go ahead.
So actually what he did, he came in to put an end to the carnal mind.
Right.
That's right.
You see, those carnal ordinances is a type and a shadow of the real carnal ordinances. The real carnal ordinances is malice and hatred and strife and resentment.
Yes.
That's what he came to do, to put an end to. Now he laid down his life. He said, no man taketh my life except I lay it down, and if I lay it down, I'm able to pick it up again.
That's right.
Now they put him on the cross. The
Yeah.
book says that shall be, they asked as a master, what is going to be the sign of your coming in the end of the age? And show us the sign. He said, there won't be no sign given. Except the prophet Jonah, which was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. So shall it be with the Son of Man, which is in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights.
Go ahead.
All right, now we have, and I just want to take this and then I'll be finished. Piece of chalk, I think.
It's in a pink bag. Pink bag.
All right, I just want to show this.
Okay.
All right, now remember the man, he was despised and rejected. He was hated of all men.
Go ahead.
But he gave his soul as an offering for sin.
Go ahead.
See, this special prepared body was manifested in this special prepared body.
Right.
That's right.
Yahweh was made manifest in the flesh.
Right.
Now, if he put that on, if immortality put on mortality, do you follow? Then the power of change or the power of transmutation is for mortality to put on immortality. Isn't that right?
Right.
So 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth is the sign, as it was with Jonah in the belly of the fish.
Right.
Now watch. They put him up on the cross on Friday, right?
Right.
That's light.
Uh-huh.
That's day. Now, at 12 o'clock,
Come on.
it turned dark, right?
That's right.
That's a night.
Right.
Then, as the candlesticks was lit up at 3 o'clock, then it turned back light again.
That's
Is that right?
That's right.
That's a day.
Okay.
Then it goes on around through the regular night. That's a night, right? Now the book says that he cried with a loud voice and gave up the ghost at the 9th hour.
Come on.
That's 2 days and 2 nights. Hey, listen, he ain't even in the tomb yet.
Go ahead.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, it didn't say that he would be in Joseph's new tomb for 3 days and 3 nights.
All right.
It said that he would be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights.
Go ahead.
Now, in order to pick that up, then you would have to go back to the first man.
All right.
Do you understand? In order to pick up the mystery. Because this Adam here is a figure of him that was to come. So he's got to pick that Adam up.
Go ahead.
Isn't that right?
Go ahead.
And at the same moment, you understand what I'm talking about, that this man exhales is the same moment that Yahshua's Messiah raised it from the dead.
Go
Now,
ahead.
here's what I'm talking about. Here's what I want you to see. The heart of the earth is the physical body as well as the ground is.
Yes.
Because that's where the man came from. See, in other words, if the man was formed from virgin Mother Earth, then that's what his body is made up of.
Right.
Do you understand?
That's right.
So he's got to fulfill every job in every tittle. So that when he places him in Joseph's new tomb, he stays there Saturday and Saturday night, and he rose what they call early Sunday morning.
Come on.
So you have the mystery. Now what we're talking about here is this. In reality, this is Joseph's new tomb.
Go ahead.
Right out there. What I'm talking about is, you are manifesting now the power of change. You are the first and the last.
Go ahead. That's right.
What am I talking about? You the first one, Richard, that manifested in this body here.
Yes.
And you're going to be the last one.
Yes.
Ain't nobody else want to jump in there after you get out of it.
Go ahead.
Understand? Isn't that right? You're the first and the last. What I'm trying to say to you is
all right.
is that the death, burial, and resurrection is going to take place right here in Joseph's new tomb. In other words, you got your sternum and your clavicles forming a cross.
Yes.
Your flesh is suspended on the cross as a death, burial, and resurrection. That is to say, when they pierced Yahshua in the side, forthwith ran blood and water. That's the death and the burial. And he cried with a loud voice and gave up the ghost while he was on the tree.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Yes.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
And the vision,
Right here.
the vision of the resurrection is manifested here. But if we say blood, water, spirit,
Teach.
because we say he pierced him in the side and blood and water came forth and he cried with a loud voice and gave up the ghost, you got blood, water, spirit right here, death, burial, and resurrection manifested here.
That's right. That's
He
right.
cried with a loud voice and gave up the ghost.
That's right.
Let me take just a couple of minutes to tighten this up. Now,
That's what
he had to fulfill the angelic.
Right.
See, so when he cried with a loud voice and gave up the ghost, my question would be, where did he go?
All right. That's right. That's a good one.
Where did he go?
Right.
Then if you go back up here, I told you it was all on the chart. You understand? Right here. That's a division between visibility and invisibility.
Yes.
That's a veil, man.
That's all.
He's got to
Go
fulfill
ahead.
that veil. Just like when they left the land of Egypt, you understand, from down here, they went through the part of the eyes of the Red Sea. That's a veil, man.
Yes.
That's a concealment there.
Yes.
Isn't that right?
Yes.
A new way.
Right.
A new tomb. You understand what I'm talking about?
Go ahead.
Concealment. Now then, when he got to fulfill this intermediate portion here, then he appears to the woman right there, right here, right?
Yes.
His white woman. Because when he raised from the dead back here, you understand what I mean? The woman comes together.
That's
You
right.
see? And he told the woman over there, don't you touch me.
That's right.
Why you got to repeat that conversation? Because I told you that back there.
Go ahead.
Do you follow what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
But this time, since I've cast the 7 demons out of you, perhaps maybe you'll be obedient this trip. You
Go
understand what I'm
ahead.
talking about? You see? I'm talking about the power of change now.
Right.
Power of transmutation. Now, conclusively, what I'm talking about is this. Then when he faded out of their sight after he appeared to them, you understand?
Come on.
She thought he was the gardener. Why? Because
Yeah.
Yes.
she had to return to the scene of the crime. Ain't that right? In order to fulfill it. In order to solve the mystery, you got to go back to the scene, man, and pick up all your clues. Ain't that right? Tie them all together, and then you got your case solved.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
So what I'm talking about is this. When he fades again, where'd he go? He went into angelic invisibility. Angelic invisibility. That means he's still in the angelic, but you can't see him. And when he wants to be seen again, the power of change, he just comes back down, and you look at it.
Go ahead.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we're talking about you looking at the visible in the spirit to understand the invisible. Spirit to understand spirit.
Yes, sir.
That's the reality. Do you understand what? Because you can't see this in spirit, can't you?
Yes.
Isn't that right?
Yes.
You see? So conclusively, what I want to say is this, is that as many as believed on him, to them gave he power to become the sons of Yahweh.
That's right.
I want to leave you with a word of encouragement. With the way that I have been trained to use this pattern. And I was taught by Yahweh
That's right.
through Dr. Glenn W. Kinley. You understand? I'm talking about how to use the pattern. And I'm giving tribute to whom tribute is due, honor to whom honor, fear to whom fear, but all praises be to Yahweh. You understand what I'm talking about? You see? And I've learned from others. You follow what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to give you an understanding and an appreciation for where Yahweh has you at,
Right.
receiving
That's
instruction.
good.
Do you follow what I'm saying?
All right.
And if you worship Yahweh in spirit and in truth, he will give you the ability and the power of transmutation. I just want to stick in one more angle. When you were on your way over here, driving your car, you was a motorist.
Teach.
Before you left home, you was an inhabitant of a house.
Go ahead.
You got here now, you became a student.
Right.
When your name is called, you become a teacher.
Go ahead.
Isn't that right?
Yes.
There are times when you have domestic clashes, you become irritated.
Come on.
When you have thoughts of consolation, you become cooled out. There are times that you are descending,
Yes.
and there are times that you ascend.
Right.
When you come and the gospel gives you constellation, this is the power and the resurrected power and the spoken word that cause you to undergo a change. Let me stick this in for good measure. When you get ready to be against somebody, say, if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to get back at old Richard.
Come on.
Say, I'm going to wait on the opportunity
Come on.
so I can cut his head off.
Go
And
ahead.
then a thought comes in and says, vengeance is mine, says Yahweh.
That's right.
And then a thought comes into you and says, I've taken all I can take. I just can't take no more. I'm cutting out. And then you hear a voice saying, in your patience, possess your soul. Isn't that right?
Go ahead, Johnny.
Now, well, he ain't never done me no good. I got a right to hate him. The book says, love your enemy. Isn't that right? Now, that is what you would call mind-altering scripture. If you take mind-altering drugs, you ought to be able to take mind-altering scriptures. Isn't that right? And all you got to do is to take the things that you've been taught in this classroom and put them together in a patternistic sequence, and it will give you the power of change or the power of transmutation. And I'm here to tell you, there is nothing that you can think to will against anybody that will do them any worse than their own conscience. Everybody's got a built-in self-destruct mechanism. All you got to do is just cool out. Do you follow them? And put wisdom together. Listen, if people can, in chemistry, can go in the laboratory and put this chemical with this chemical, and put this chemical with this chemical, to bring up something, you understand? And it's all coming from the earth. You follow? And they just putting it together, you see. They knowing the laws of chemistry, they're putting it together. I'll be down in about 2 minutes. You see, putting it together, watch it. Then you take it. Change. Isn't that right?
Go ahead.
Change. Isn't that right?
Go ahead.
That's right.
Change. Isn't that right? Whether it's coffee,
That's true.
whether it's an overloading of food, whether it's cocaine, benzodrine, red devil,
Oh, my.
a woman, a man, your car,
Touch it up.
your house, whatever it is that will cause you to worship and to go through some changes.
Yes.
This is the antidote.
That's right.
Putting together in a pattern sequence will give you the power to undergo a change.
That's all right.
In the tabernacle, the angels were embroidered on the veil.
That's right.
In the temple, the angels were carved.
That's right.
That means a permanent residence,
Right.
giving you the power to submit unto Yahweh
Yes.
and give you the absolute spiritual power of transmutation, allowing you to change to become the sons of Yahweh, and giving you the internal inheritance of the power of transmutation.
Very good. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I already got comfortable on that the music is coming and so fast now. That's the first thing. It.
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
I too want to thank you for the gift,
Yes, sir.
and I'm very much appreciative that you cooperate in doing the same thing one for another.
Yes.
And that down through the years I've heard things done like the founder would say he wanted something, they'd almost bump heads getting it. You could say it, and if it was a matter of life and death, they just had to bury you. So it showed there an admiration of personality. And that's no good. I mean, now, you can't say one thing and do another.
Right.
It causes people to doubt. It causes people to give up. Or it causes them to aspire to something, to be like something that's not necessary to be like.
Very good.
So what we're after is the genuine doctrine. Now, I know you enjoyed the first piece. I heard by your response and by the things that were said, and I have no quarrel with it whatsoever. And I say that to let you know that I've always tried to work with whoever
That's true.
was laboring to cause you to understand. Now, there's no sense in one getting up trying to show it knows more than the other.
No.
You see, can you top this? Now, Sunday, I was greatly inspired in that the whole banning class came.
All right.
Now, what that means to me is that some of the stigma, some of the bad mouth is being put to death and made manifest that we're not the tyrants that they thought we were. Now, whatever I have that's of Yahweh, you're going to need that.
Yes.
You're not complete without it.
That's right. No. That's right.
And I'm not complete without that,
Go ahead, Dad.
that you know. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now, I'm not talking about nothing erroneous. I'm not talking about your idea and opinion.
Right.
I'm talking about what Yahweh himself has genuinely revealed to you or made known to you.
Mm.
You got it? Because then and only then will it match up,
Yes.
That's right.
you see,
Yes.
with what thus saith Yahweh. I'll put it that way. Now, we're in a peculiar time. I've had a lot of things I've been wanting to tell you.
Come on, Dad.
You see, and what I've done is laid aside that which inspires me and dealt with, as the executive officer got through doing, with a bunch of pennies,
Come on.
you see.
Come on.
Now, nobody here, I don't think, at least I haven't heard, and I usually, everything sits down to me. You know, even though I try to duck it, I mean, somebody's over here to catch me when I duck. You know? Dad, I want to talk to you about those.
Yes, sir.
But I'm saying that nobody here has made the claim that their way of doing something naturally is the greatest way. Right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you bake whatever you bake for the fried or whatever you did, boiled it, whatever, brought it for dinner,
Yes, sir.
that we ate that and became Yahweh himself. I'm just telling you. So it's a what you have to look at always is the intent,
Okay. Yes,
the
sir.
design,
Yes.
the willingness to want to do it.
Yes.
You see? And we never want to put that far out.
All right.
Wow.
You see? I don't care how good you are at anything, you started where I'm at. Burning the water.
Yeah, right. That's right. That's right.
You know, get busy, boil eggs, burn up, you know, that's those hot and eggs out. You know.
That's right. Can't clean this.
And I'm Yahweh too. You see? So what I'm after is that I don't know how to get you to understand it. I'm tired of fooling with you. I'm tired of everything, really. To get you to see you are the elect of Yahweh. Now, there's an abundance. I've heard Dr. Maclin and others say, Dr. Burbank Mitchell when he was here. He said he would like to just take the inspiration and all this here
Yes.
and bottle it up and send it to us branches.
Yes.
Right? Now, we know we got some problems and misunderstanding. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
But we managed to come through anyhow. Now, if we got problems and managed to come through, where's the other schools at?
Okay.
That's a good question.
You get it now? So it makes no difference. I know it sounds egotistical. You know what I mean? For me to say, you're going to have to come by me. I know what that sounds like. Who in the hell does he think he is?
No thinking to this.
Well, I'm not thinking.
That's right.
I know who I am. And I want you to know who you are. And then you won't have no problem getting along with another.
That's true.
You see?
Yes, great.
The only big eyes and little U's that you have are the ones you create.
That's it. That's right. Yeah.
When you quit creating them, everything's fine. You take a business of some kind. It hires the officers, and it hires the people that purchasing, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
They hire people that do sales work. And then when all that, it sits on down to the janitor.
Right.
Right? Now, the janitor may think his job is the least important.
Right.
But it sits in from the top down.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
They can make anything. See, I can't buy things for a company and run out and put them on service cars or whatever. You understand what I mean? Somebody's got to do something.
Right.
So, my counterpoint, it has to fit together. Do you understand? and it doesn't need interpreting.
That's good. All right.
Okay.
It doesn't need an opinion.
All
All
right.
right.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
The floor is dirty. Well, in my opinion, I think we could let it go for another 2 weeks. The dirt told you it needs it. You don't need no opinion. Now, I know what I said thus far doesn't sound like much. But it's the basic fundamental principle of learning. You see? If you didn't like the first speaker, what he said didn't mean nothing to you.
Right. That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right, that's right. That's right.
Well, he's trying to sound like, he's trying to act like. All that's been said about one another.
Yeah, that's true.
You see? And we can't hear the words, you know. In other words, I'm saying it's possible for the devil to convert you.
That's right. Go ahead, Dad. Yes.
Somebody said, I never heard that one before. I know.
Yes.
And the devil tells you a lot more truth than you think he does.
Yes.
Yes.
You see? But with what he's telling you in truth and you perverting it, is how he gets away with it.
Go ahead.
That's right. That's right. That's right, because we have to do it ourselves.
I'm talking about a divine psychological effect upon mankind.
Go ahead, Dad.
You see? Satan has never told you to do nothing to be saved. He ain't never told you that. You can't read out of the Bible.
Go ahead, Dad.
It's always about what he entertains. And then we interpret what he means.
Means that what he entertained, you talking about
Satan.
Satan. Okay.
You think about it sometimes. Now, I know Dr. Maclin. See, we have worked together before
That's right.
for a number of years. When we first got together, both of us was young. He was good looking, I was still just ugly.
Easy. Easy.
Then, we go back some years. So we don't have a quarrel one with another. Now, I said that to say this.
Okay, sir.
Now, he talked about Joshua dying and all them kind of things, right?
Yes, sir.
And according to the script, there's nothing wrong with it.
Go ahead.
That's the way it is. Right?
That's right.
But now when you start growing, you see, you never had nothing to do with death.
Come on.
You can't be risen from the dead by a dead man.
Okay. Right.
Go ahead.
Now all the time he talked to us,
Do it, Dad.
said, I'm the life,
That's right.
I'm the resurrection.
That's right.
When it comes to dying, he said, if I lay my life down,
Right.
if I do.
That's what he said.
He never said nothing about doing it. See, now I said that for a point. See, if I understand psychologically what this death is he's talking about, you understand? I can grasp reality.
Wrong.
But as long as I think death is a 6-foot plot, you follow me? I ain't got nowhere with it.
That's right.
Because Joshua never did, and neither did Adam come out of the ground.
That's right.
No flesh has come out of the ground. You see? Now, here's something I've been wanting to go in.
Well, come on, let's do it.
Deep, sir.
You have never been of the earthward.
That's right.
No.
Oh, man.
That's what Satan told you.
Go ahead.
One
Straight from heaven.
group, I'll say it that way, that was cast out. He wasn't cast to the earth to begin with. He's cast in these God. You follow me?
Yeah.
But why did Yahweh do all this?
Go ahead.
See? It's his unseen love.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Even though I didn't come out of the ground. I didn't take Adam from the ground. I had on a prepared sacrificial body. Let you make mockery, spit upon it, beat it. You see? Which was a beating under yourself.
That's right. That's right.
So you're beating up on you, not him.
Yes.
And we have beat ourselves to death and we ought to be tired of it.
Yes, sir.
That's really where it's at. I can't stand Bill Green. You keep beating yourself up about
That's
it.
right.
You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, well.
We have admiration of personality. And a lot of things, I'll tell you this, a lot of things that is said in these schools, the people that attribute things to them, you understand? Have not actually said what people think or entertain that they say. That's what I'm talking about.
We found that out. That's right.
They actually don't believe that. That's what you assume from this.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Fluid. That's right.
You see? Let me give you an example. And this is not a throw-off, and I have to use names in order for you to see it.
Right.
It is said that Dr. Kinley threw his mantle back on Dr. Harris.
That's what it says.
I've never heard Dr. Harris say that.
Go ahead.
I didn't say he didn't say it now. I said I didn't hear him say it.
Okay. All right.
You see? But he will let you entertain that.
Right.
Okay. Wow.
You see? You follow? But in a lot of cases, these people aren't guilty.
All right.
You follow?
Go ahead, Dad.
Now, here's where they become victims of their own circumstances. When it is made known to them that this is these people's idea of you, that you don't stand up and correct it. Because I can't help what you entertain about me.
All right. That's right.
Do it, Dad.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
But if it's something that will cause you to lead you astray, then it's my indispensable duty, as they say, to correct it.
Yes.
Okay.
You follow? But now when you go back to the garden, you see, Lucifer is the beast man of sin. He is death itself.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You follow? And death to him is life.
Yes.
Not only life, but eternal life.
Yes. Yes.
It takes on a whole different meaning when you really go into it. You see?
Feeds on that. Go ahead.
You understand that? Now, let me show you. Here is the woman, Eve. Lucifer appeared in the garden. I said appeared too,
Go ahead.
because he don't yet have a body.
Wow. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
You see?
Yes.
That's why we showed this in the vision that
That's right.
you see? And all that she thinks from a one thought can produce. I hope you're listening. All that she's thinking, you see, which is one thought, but it multiplies into an angelic being.
Go ahead, Dad.
You get it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Dad. Come on, Dad.
Just that one thought.
Right.
You get it? Now, the way she perceived him, by way of vision, produced by her thought. You see, it's way she looked at him, she saw him when he was in his uprightness.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. All right.
Okay.
Then that proves then she had to have been in heaven.
Yes.
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 Yes, sir.
Yes.
There's no other way to produce it.
Right.
Yes.
My.
You follow?
Yes, sir. Right.
See, if she had seen he was cast out,
Right.
which was no part of her,
Right.
Right.
you get it?
Yes.
Then she would have saw him as he was.
Right.
Now somebody said, now you see why I'm you just hear all that garbage what the boy this guy said. Now I'll go to Revelation to prove it. John said, I beheld the woman and marveled.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And the angel looked and said, why did you marvel at that?
Right. That's right.
Come on up here and I'll show you the woman.
That's right, Jim.
Wow.
Right?
That's right.
And when he got on up, he saw that woman that had the blood of the... Here she is.
That's right. Cross in her hand, set on the beast. Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
It looked so hot then.
Go ahead, Dad.
You saw? Did you get it now? See, all I'm telling you is you being who Yahweh caused you to be. You're nothing else but that.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
And not knowing how to use that which you are, you produce things that plague you.
Yes, Papa.
Yes. So that's what she did.
Yes, Papa.
Yes.
And you do that when you get outside of that which is eternal.
Right.
You follow?
That's all right,
See,
Dad.
now, that's why I can understand anybody where they're coming from. You don't have to say it like I know. I know what you're alluding to.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You follow? Now, when she produced this, you understand? This deception is not going on without her,
Right.
outside of her.
Right.
That's right.
Where did you get deceived at?
Within.
Somebody told me, but you got deceived within.
That's right. That's right.
You took on what they said. That's why I say, somebody said, well, I don't like Glenn. Said, me neither. Right? You took on what somebody said. And the one that knows better said, listen, that's your problem, you deal with it.
Go ahead.
Right. Okay. Right.
I'm trying to show you in what Dr. Bernard just told you. When you get to the point where let a thing be, you can take the most degraded situation and it turned into something glorious.
Okay.
Because it's only degraded or messed up in your eyesight.
Wow.
Go ahead, Dad.
You understand?
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Well, I tell you, you see? Well, which way would you have done it?
That's right.
Ain't got no better idea. You see? Now, I made comment about the dinner and the money,
Yes, sir.
but this is what I said.
Go ahead.
I ain't never told you I was against it.
Go ahead.
I said, it's a shame you can do that,
Yes.
Yeah.
you follow me? And can't keep the thing going that we might continue to preach the gospel.
That's exactly.
Now, if I had to make a choice, the dinner would have to go.
Go ahead.
Right.
You follow? But listen, we don't have to choose.
That's right.
That's been shown.
We can do everything we want to do if we believe that we can do it.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
Right there.
You see? Our problem is we don't have no faith. We can't even produce a thing so we can see it. Because we don't exercise that which we know. Every so often I get tired. I just get out of the bag and go where I want to go. Somebody said, well, would you tell me how to do that? There's no formula to tell you how to do that. When you become aware of what it is and how it operates, you'll just be doing it without a formula to do it by. Because this is something that is willed and not a formula for.
All right. Go ahead, Jim. Go ahead.
You see? If it was, I'd tell you.
That's good.
Now, I said all that to say this. We are in a present kingdom age. You understand? We're right back, speaking of it scripturally, in the Garden of Eden.
Yes.
Now you listen to this time. There's nothing in the garden now that will cause your death.
That's right.
That's right.
There's nothing in there. There's no tree in there that a command is given.
That's right.
Not to eat it.
That's right. That's right.
You see? The tree that was in the midst of the garden
Great tree.
that caused death.
Right.
You see?
Right.
And I'm talking about psychological death.
That's right.
That's right.
I'm not talking about a 6-foot fly. I'm talking about a death that causes you, that puts a veil over your own eyes, that prevents you from seeing. You see? Things as they really are in Yahweh.
Yes.
You see? People have veils.
Yes.
White people had the problem, how come he showed it to a black man? The black man would have had a problem, why did he show it to a white man? It wouldn't have made any difference who he showed it to. Somebody's going to have some problems with it.
Right, that's right.
Yes.
Be glad he showed.
You get it? We can't say, I don't give a damn where it come from. I ain't never heard this before. Right?
Right.
And rejoice in whatever. You know what I mean? You understand? But we put the veil because of what we're looking at. And then we come right back in this state, producing something. You follow?
Yes, sir.
And that's only permitted to prove and to keep those that are not of Yahweh bound down.
Go ahead, Dan.
That's the reason why I tried to tell Dr. Ryan when he was here. I tried to give him a gist of what was coming.
That's right.
Right.
You see? You take a look at this here. Remember I said draw a circle?
Yes.
This is what I was looking at.
Yes.
Go
You
ahead.
see? You got folks believing that the Holy Spirit is not in everybody. You know what you said? You said there's somebody that can exist outside of Yahweh. That's what you said. No one needs tricks.
Right.
You follow? So then that means you're going to have to go back here and understand that mystery that's in the first place.
Yes.
Otherwise, forget it. Just forget it. This is not where Yahshua died, and that is not the prepared sacrificial body.
Go ahead. That's right. Right.
You better not go to Dallas and say that. If I go, call on me.
That's it.
Everything you don't want to say.
right.
That's right.
All of this from the first place is what I tried to is the mercy of Yahweh.
Right.
To play and replay over and over and over again till you come to some understanding. The whole purpose of Yahweh, so we were taught, is wrapped up in this first place. And please be advised, this plate begins in an us-in pattern.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We cannot say that Adam was taken from dead, inorganic Mother Earth.
That's right.
Because death cannot give birth to life.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
You see?
Come on. Like this.
Right. The line up.
So, you got a whole creation of vegetation and everything. Fish and all long before Adam comes on the scene.
Right. Right.
That proves you ain't dead. You did?
Yes, sir.
You follow? In that state, you ever seen people have an office that it looked like a mess,
Yeah. Yes.
but they knew where everything was?
That's right.
And leave it alone.
And leave it alone. You go in there and organize it, they can't find nothing.
That's right.
Well, there has to be people like that to show you what you calling unorganized and in a chaotic condition. To them that produced it is not chaotic.
That's right, Dad. That's right.
secret chamber.
You follow? I see people, where's that stapler? Where's that so-and-so? And they say, right here. That's right. Like, don't you understand that? It's like a man that knows Yahweh, and we say, well, I don't see how this can be. And the man Yahweh just explained it, just believed it. He didn't hear it. It might have been in a pair of house slippers that he carried to rest his feet. Yeah, but he knows where it's at. That's right. And he was like, who would put stapler in house slippers? I mean, I've seen people like, do you ever get the gist of what I'm trying to say? This thing, it appears chaotic, but we're going to have to understand it as it is.
All right.
Now, for Eve to take on psychological death, which means, this is all it means, that her attention was drawn from he that was eternal life to something that was not. Under glorification. You got it? Now, he took death. And you got it that Adam was not deceived.
That's right.
That meant the fruit that he ate could not put him to death.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, you see? Now, if it was in the Dr. Maclin, you'd be ready for what I'm talking about. Because he went through the preliminaries and showing you how this works even naturally so. Now we want to go into the core. You follow me? The 6-foot thing you're talking about, the ground, that's the vessel that it's in.
Yes.
Hell is moved from beneath. You see what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you're in hell or in heaven where you walk.
That's right.
Eve was in heaven and went to hell.
That's right. Yeah.
You see? Because her attention was drawn from, and Yahweh drew it out with Israel being the bride.
That's right.
Come back right up to the same place and turn those serpents on them in the wilderness.
Yes.
Right? But you keep your eyes on that serpent that Moses was holding up.
Right.
You follow? And them poisonous snakes, though they bit them,
That's right.
it had no effect. You see?
That's it.
You follow me? But if you look down
Yes.
or fear, you see? Take your eyes off of that.
Okay.
See? You understand? You are gone.
That's a repeat of that. That's right.
See it?
That's right.
Yes, sir.
You understand that? You keep, how can I say it? You're being formed by the righteousness of the doctrine that has been preached to you.
Yes.
Right.
Anything other than that is no part of you.
That's true.
So you have no opinion. You're going to get in trouble with it just like Eve did.
That's right.
We are going to have a dinner. That's it. Right? What do you want? They say. That's it. Well, when you can become like that, no, let it be spoken, because the one that's speaking it is Yahweh.
That's right. That's right.
And let it be. It isn't somebody wanting to have their way around here.
No, that's right.
You follow me?
That's right.
But the minute you start taking it apart,
Yes.
talking about likes and dislikes.
Yeah, that's true.
You see, there's a whole lot of things you like, you don't even know you like it,
That's right. That's right.
because you put up a veil.
All right.
Well, I've never ate that before.
Right.
Therefore, the saying has been come into being, try it.
Right.
You might like it.
Yeah.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, work it.
You understand? There's so many things. Look, people have gone fashion crazy with artificial nails.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not talking about nobody.
All right.
I'm not talking about don't do it or do it.
Okay.
I'm telling you, because we don't look around. All we do, we come to class and talk about Abraham. They ain't seen him. You follow me? And no desire to see him.
Okay.
We don't even take on his obedience.
Go ahead, Dad.
You follow?
All right.
Yes.
You would think if we came here and praised you, instead of you praising you, you'd like that. You feel me? I'm looking at you as Yahweh, and I'm standing here serving Yahweh. That means you can sit back in the saddle and just rest. You feel me? But no, you say, it's my turn to speak. Well, you can have the damn job. You feel me? We think being up here trying to explain, you understand? So that what we say, the words take on shape and form within you as we mean it, and we find out we got 11 dozen concepts about what was said.
Exactly. Right.
Then you want to lay it at whoever said it speak.
Right. Right. Right.
And say, well, you said.
Okay.
You see?
Excuse of the book. Wow.
You follow me? Now, nobody wants that job. You see? Now, what I'm trying to show, Adam took that which was death.
Go ahead.
You see? To her. You saw him? Because he's the life.
Right.
Now that's proven that from him,
Right.
doggone it, she was formed.
Yes.
He was the source and the substance by which she came into being.
Gone.
You follow me? You can never do away with the source.
That's right.
If I do, when I come back, you
Yes.
understand? I have nothing to enter back into.
Yes, right.
You see?
Right. That's right.
You follow me? And since I don't know the time in eternity, you follow me? My husband then cannot be dead when I'm revived.
That's good. That's good.
Ooh, gone, man.
That's right.
You see? It's the same thing. You say the Pope is God. He dies on you, and you still living. Who's going to intercede?
That's right.
Your intercessor has died, man. You don't stand a time of chance. Well, that ain't fair to the Chinese folks. You know the questions, right? I'm trying to show you the deep esoteric secret, and don't let nobody take those and quit producing these negative things. You see, that keep you at war with one another. You see? And there's nothing you can tell me about nobody gonna make me hate nobody.
Right.
You see?
Yes, sir.
I told Rip Sunday, I love Dr. Harris,
That's right.
but I'll get on your case about something you got wrong. That's love to me. You say, well, look, you follow me? Say, well, you were gonna shoot your father. You can bring that up. Yeah, but I apologize for forgiving. You ain't apologized yet.
That's right.
How many folks around here have you called the devil? Stood on the floor and caused other people to believe that they were demonic. You haven't seen, you understand, by their testimony, by the things they manifested, they were not, and went back and apart. You ain't done none of that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Now that is not this.
Right. That's right.
You see, that's that negation, you follow me, that you keep producing an image by, you follow me, and it's you that's producing Satan, and the problem is that thing that you're producing is killing you, not the one you projected it toward.
Go ahead, Dad.
Because I see you as Yahweh, here with God. I see Satan as Yahweh.
Okay. All right.
So ain't no way you can, because I'm life.
That's right.
You can't project nothing to me that's going to kill me.
Very good. That's tight. That's why I had to
Go on,
Do you
Dad.
understand it now? I'm saying this thing here was a thing played out to teach us.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All of the offspring.
That's right.
You see? That's right. Now, we find out that Lucifer was cast out of heaven, right? Adam named her mother.
That's right.
It goes without saying if she's mother, he's father.
Right. Yes.
Of all, you listen what I'm saying, of all living.
Yes.
That got the angelic host as well as
All right.
That's got them all.
All right.
That substance she was is the same substance that produced Adam.
Go ahead. Very good.
That's why she had to give birth to him down here.
That's right.
That's why childbearing had to come in that way, because she's a self-same substance. She became the mother of that.
Right.
Teach that.
But we don't understand. We don't want to understand. We just, blah, I said for you. They don't get you nowhere. You see? They won't even let you get Messiah crucified and risen from the dead in you. You see? That's why he had to take off the flesh. To show you it was not that.
Right.
And this is another damn thing you can get rid of. He didn't die for your sins.
Teach.
And the book don't say he did. Take Galatians 4:4, quick. See, let's rightly divide this that is in us.
All right, Papa.
Let's understand how we operate in heaven while manifesting on earth. You see, like I said, I'm working with Dr. Maclin now.
Yeah.
You see? He went through this and he showed you. Listen, and you, how many people can you get to see that? He didn't resurrect out of no ground.
That's right. Go ahead.
Oh, wow.
If it wasn't for the vision of Moses, you wouldn't have nothing but no dust of the earth.
That's right. That's right.
Then here you come at me saying, Joshua got that. I told Moses to make sure he put in there where he got the make. Yeah, you always got to show a sword, fool.
Go ahead. Right.
And the dust of the earth is the same thing as the clouds.
That's right.
That's why it does.
That's right.
You see? He didn't say earth, he said dust.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Which means the finer parts,
That's right.
the elements. You understand?
That's right.
That lay right on top and will have nothing to do with earth.
All right. You mean absolutely nothing.
We don't understand nothing. I mean, that's the situation. We don't understand nothing.
Yes,
I'm talking about I'm talking about all of ideas. All they know is a few types and shadows and correlation and tell me that Doc Kinley said, and that's another damn lie.
That's right.
That's a lie he told me. So I ain't said none of them.
Fired up, Papa.
You see? And Dr. Maclin again is an example. You see?
Go ahead.
He ain't professed Doc Kinley sent him there and this, but he went. He had a desire to go. And he's been helped. Just like Doc said, you go and I'll do all I can to help you.
Right.
The man has learned being out there in the field.
That's right.
Yahweh hasn't forsaken you.
All right.
But you got things like this. You know, when Philip went down to Caesarea, you just come clean within yourself. Went down to Caesarea, right?
Yes, sir.
And on his way, an angel appeared to him.
Go ahead.
You get it straight. And an angel of Yahweh, too, not an angel of you know, satanic influence.
Okay.
To join yourself into the union. You obey the angel.
Right.
And I'm not talking about Philip ain't saved.
Right. All right.
You see? You follow? And after that, he explained the 53rd chapter of Isaiah to him, right?
Go ahead.
The book tells you ain't no big mystery. It tells you in the book, that's what he's reading. Right? Then he took him down and got him in the water. And a lot of folks, we know, take you there to try to prove water baptism.
Right. Right.
See? Not knowing that the Ethiopian eunuch and Philip were both Hebrews.
Right. Go ahead.
And he's not doing this by way of command.
Right.
You see?
Right.
They just happened to pass by. He said, what did it mean? It said nothing. He didn't have palsy.
Go ahead.
He didn't have leprosy. No, but there wasn't nothing hindering him from getting out of the chariot.
Teach that. Teach. Tell it in the context.
You see?
That's all right.
So he took it down, and the book said they went away rejoicing.
Right.
About what? The water? No, rejoicing that he understood something about what Isaiah was talking about.
All right.
You see?
All right.
You follow? Then he went on to Caesarea. Right? He went down there preaching the things that he had learned in Jerusalem. Right? And it's persecution is what sent him on his way.
Go ahead.
Are you listening?
Yes.
Went down there and began to tell folks what he believed and learned from the apostles. And many began to believe.
Go ahead.
And all of Caesarea was joyous, just happy. The farm? That's the things they learned. But my kind of point is nobody, not the first one, receive the baptism of the Holy Spirit till one whom Yahweh had chosen. Went down, you understand? And that was Peter's job. And now it was his job to go down to Caesarea. You see? It was his job to bring the Hebrews in.
All right.
See that?
All right.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
They brought him in on the day of Pentecost. He stood up.
Yes.
Isn't that right? And he preached it so dynamically, so putting the things together. You follow me? That had been expounded to them in the upper room. And a lot of folks don't know that Joshua, you understand, in that glorified form.
All right.
They did not know him on the day of Pentecost. You understand? Like they knew him in the days of his flesh, or when he rose and tarried with them 40 days and 40 nights. That is not the way he appeared.
All right.
And this is what he told them. In that 40-year span, there stands some amongst you that shall not die or taste death till you see the Son of Man coming how? In all his glory.
All right.
And when you appeared in the upper room, I'm sorry, he had it on.
All right. Go ahead.
And they did not know him, you know what I'm saying, saving that he was, they imbued to know this was him that appeared to them as Yahshua the Messiah. I know what I'm talking about. This is one case he does not appear to them as they formerly knew him while in the days of his flesh. So, in fact, this form didn't even look like Joshua did down here.
Go ahead,
See?
man.
Don't you know the prophet said he would wax old and would have some comeliness that wouldn't be desired?
Right.
Don't you? What are you talking about? This man is getting old coming down through here.
That's right.
That one man is getting old. You see?
Yes.
Ain't been but the one man.
Yes, sir.
You talking about Adam and Eve looking for him? Well, damn, if you're Yahweh, then you that to produce Adam, then who are you?
All right.
Do you understand? What do you mean that you're Yahweh, that you're Adam? It means that which was in them, the makeup of them. You said people die, don't you? But the characteristic didn't die.
Right.
The disposition. You say, I remember Mama used to get up there so-and-so, and Dad used to make cookies for, and they both out there in the side.
Right.
You see that now?
Yes, sir.
And you walk up to a casket and say they're gone. You see? In other words, even in that you have given credence or recognition there was something more than what you're looking at.
Right.
You follow me? So when you go back into that which is in Adam, you'll see that's all it's ever been.
That's right.
The one man. You see? With that same divine disposition.
That's good. Great.
You see? But we can't reconcile it for looking at height,
Right.
structure,
Yes.
you understand? Color, pigmentation, that throws us.
Yes, Dad.
And this, I heard this damnable statement made. And I'm not mad. I mean, you're trying to inject something that's a superstition. That Doc Kinley was the only man that was that kind, and there will never be another one like that. That ain't so. If we took on what he had, we have become the self-same thing. That's why we sound like, we look like, and we talk like. But you say it's mockery. And in some cases it's mockery. There's a thin line between them.
Yes, that's right.
But you know the ones that mockery. Because those that mocking will add, they will subtract.
Right.
That's mockery. But each time a man tells you exactly the same thing that
Already.
he told you, it's not mockery, that's fact. And even he told him, if you don't know nothing, that's just polypary. Say what I said. You have it right. You say it to yourself long enough, you can get to believe it.
Take on
I've heard people lie to themselves and they told lies so damn long they begin to believe it.
That's right.
So it works just reverse. It's true. You understand what I'm saying? All I'm saying to you is that's what he brought down. Adam brought down salvation.
That's right.
And it began to simplify and to make manifest. You see? Well, now he cannot have any, you follow me, of his seed, you follow me, till after his seed, or that seed that deceived her, in the garden is cast from her.
Yeah.
You see? Consequently, the first one she has. Which tells you of the angelic host, you see, Lucifer was the first one. You get it? What was done in heaven is made manifest because Yahweh so loved you, you understand, that he's drawn it out of the vision and making it flesh. You see? You follow? So we get mixed up. We don't know when Moses is saying, and Yahweh said, looking right at Adam.
Right. Go ahead. Yes. Yes.
The voice of Yahweh was walking in the midst. And you think that's a voice walking over there to cuss Adam out about something. You see? You and your imagination, your concept. You see? And then we're supposed to deal with them. You know what I'm talking about? Right. But that's the same thing. We got to take that death on. You get it? Yes. We got to take what you're thinking. If we know better, if what you're thinking is not killing us, which proves this.
Because you know
Right. All right.
You see?
Right.
Yeah.
And we're able to take death from you.
Right.
So give it to me.
Right. Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
That's something. Oh.
You follow? I can eat it. And usually when you desire to shoot me, I'm already in that state.
That's right.
Yes. That's what makes it rise.
Which goes back to what Maclin told you. That's where he raising the dead at. Not out of the ground. But it was the mercy of Yahweh.
Right.
You see? And this is what he told him. Mary, Maclin, when she come down there, why do you seek the dead, a living rather, amongst the dead? And don't you know that graveyard took on, by way of vision,
That's right.
here it is,
That's right.
took on a whole, she didn't look at it, she was in the graveyard when she saw him.
Go ahead, Dad.
Wow.
In a visionary form, when he spoke to her, that whole thing was transformed or transfigured to the angelic state.
That's right.
That's right.
All right.
You see? That's the reason why she thought
That's right.
he was a gardener. You ain't no gardeners in the graveyard. When you raising? You follow? Time is gone. We'll deal with it tomorrow.
You're doing it, Excellent.
I like the people like Rich and others come in, set these things up, and then it releases them.
That's right.
That's all right, Dad.
But I'm saying, you stop. You say, well, I'm risen from the dead. Well, then quit dead works.
Yes.
Yes,
Say,
sir.
well, what's dead works? Hating one another?
Yes.
Envy, strife. I can't stand John Ortiz. Say, what's the matter? He's Mexican. That's dead works. You're not risen. And you're one that can't handle death. You see? You see? What is death? Death is the thing that keeps you separated from Yahweh. It's not the 6-foot plot. That's what I tried to come down. It does look like fruit to make one. Don't you know that olive on that tree in the midst of God look like any other olive on any other tree?
That's right. That's right.
Then they have to start propping things up, you see? Say, well, now, it could have been an olive. Pomona talking.
Oh, yeah.
Because olives have to be cured.
right.
Yeah, after the fall.
That's right. That's exactly right.
You have to be cured after your fall.
Sure do this.
You're no better off than olives.
The only way you can take death on is when you don't have nothing in you that causes death.
That's right. See, if you got this on you,
Yeah.
resurrection.
Yeah.
Intelligence knows how to function. Knowledge gives way to it. You follow me?
That's good. That's great. Yes.
You follow me? And all of it's done with wisdom and love.
That's right.
And it has the foundation upon the strength to stand and be obedient. You follow me? That's what you're talking about. You're not just talking about some flowery words.
All right.
Man, ain't nobody gonna stop me from preaching.
Okay.
That's right.
That's good.
Because I don't want to hear it. You ain't the only one in the world.
Right.
Okay.
Somebody's going to hear this. I am going to be heard.
That's right.
Okay.
Whether I go or don't go, I'm going to be heard if I'm in the side.
Okay.
Now, you know what I mean by I, don't you?
Yeah.
Yahweh is going to be heard.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. And if I'm in the side, it ain't nothing but a witness to what you're talking about. In reality. It's the way of all flesh. I'm confirming it.
Oh, wow.
That's me when I say, no, don't go cremate me.
Right.
And I ain't worried about no damn physical body. I'm saying, hey, I'm going to do this, jam up some dust, right? This ain't going to be burned up.
All right.
Well, where do you get cremating folks? You too damn cheap. And you can have a funeral just as cheap as you can do cremation.
That's right. That's true. You make them pull out the book, they show.
Quit being, quit. You throw life away,
Yes.
dreaming about death.
That's right.
You understand? So that place come all the way down. At the time a loved one dies. Dead. You follow me? Oh, you don't want to put them, you know, this is the last time you'll be able to do something for them.
I can't live without it.
Now, and they'll tell you, because they didn't give you the sack, psycho trick. Yeah,
Right.
Now, we do have some cheaper cars, and you ain't budging from that. You right there. You know? And you couldn't bet a nickel to a ginger snap they gonna put that damn thing in the ground. Because ain't nobody yet that I know stood out there and watched them cover up the hole. You know why? Because you ready to get this is that you love. You see? You follow me? But now see, if you didn't know, it would sound like, well, I got it, and y'all, I have to come to the understanding that I can go to the cemetery and watch them bury in order to prove that. No, anything that's dead, get the hell away from it. I didn't say be afraid of it, just stay away from it.
All right.
You get it?
Yes.
Jesus, keep me near the cross. Don't get the hell away from it.
That's good, Dad. That's good.
But you know what the cross means, man? It's death.
Wow. That's right.
Oh, if you understand. That's our problem. You see? And we won't open up these sepulchres. You understand? And let Elohim come forth and say, Sylvia, now, this is the way I am as her husband up there. And she said, well, sweetheart, the way I am, we sit up with hidden things.
Right.
Because I'm afraid if I tell her or she tells me about her little fantasies or something in her, and everybody's got them.
That's right. That's right.
That's true.
And they only become condemned when you don't understand it.
That's right.
But I'm afraid if I tell you and you leave me, then you're going to talk about me. You follow me? And everybody else is going to think the same thing you think, because I know the way you're going to tell it.
Right.
So it caused us to be drawn up. You see?
Yeah, that's right.
I try to tell you, women folks don't like gays.
Right.
Why? They're too damn clean.
That's right.
It puts a woman to shame.
That's right.
You follow? I'm telling you. I mean, their habits are clean. I mean, in fact, if you're there and eat a cookie and some coffee, before you can finish, they ain't got the cup, the glass, and wash it, put it back, and come back and say, do you want anything else?
That's true.
I'm telling you, I've been around them.
Yes, that's right, because the immaculate.
They look for perfection in a woman, and then they perfect it.
That's right. And you know what I mean? And they'll serve.
That's right.
And the woman said, woman got an idea, right, Luke? Ain't no man gonna tell me nothing. See, but now they got being gay entitled to the wrong thing. We should be gay, which means happy. You know, in the things of Yahweh. Not, you see? Not gay in a perverted sense. And we keep perverting the things of Yahweh, you see, because I don't understand it, so it can't be. Because if I don't understand it, hey, ain't no way that can be. I ain't never heard that he was risen from the dead while on the cross. But yet you say he didn't come out of the ground. That spirit that was risen from there did not come out of the ground. Where did it come out of? It came out of this. Said he cried. They identified it. Said then he cried with a loud voice and gave up the Holy Spirit or the Ghost. Somebody seen that exit that body. Therefore wrote about it.
Go ahead.
How could they write so precisely?
We don't understand that we don't understand.
That's right.
See, this thing, all of this becomes beautiful when you understand it. It is the glory of Yahweh. You see? But we don't think, we don't meditate. We don't go down to the core and see what is in them. And you have that power within you. That is the power, as the founder put in the aim, that is latent.
That's right.
You see? And it don't mean no harm, but you let things around here in the world frighten you.
That's right.
Instead of you controlling that.
That's true.
It's like a man say he's scared of dead folks. He said, they can't hurt you. He said, I know, but they can make you hurt yourself. What do you mean, getting out of their way? Right? And it's true. And it's a common thing to be afraid of something that you don't understand. And really, that's common sense, the way the founder put it. But that does not say that you cannot understand it.
Okay.
That's right.
You follow? When you see a corpse, you see? It's the same thing as you see man come in. You follow me? And the breath of life was blown in his nostrils, and he became a living soul.
Go ahead.
You saw it in a decent pattern. That's all you're looking at. And the real him is not there.
That's right.
You see? But if you loved him,
Go ahead.
whoever that was, you picked them up.
That's right.
And you carried them with you.
That's right. That's right.
Therefore, you become the resurrection of that you love.
That's right.
That's all right.
Good evening, and welcome to another